Hi guys, I've said before, the Tory party after the defeat at the next election can go in two directions. The way of moderates, where the Conservatives turn on Brexit and call for either closer alignment with the EU or actually rejoining the bloc, or the Headbanger way. Liz Truss, who I've said I believe is planning a comeback, laid out what the backward-thinking extreme of her party want to see. She listed them off as part of her speech to the Institute of Government on Monday. Have a listen.
This means slowing the rates of increase to benefits and tougher work requirements. It means raising the retirement age further. And in the energy sector, we need to get on with fracking and abolish the windfall tax. We should diverge properly from the EU so we can increase competitiveness in areas like financial services. And finally, we should, as many other Western countries are already doing, delay implementing net zero commitments, such as the ban on new petrol and diesel vehicles from 2030. Other environmental regulations, which are hiking the cost of living, like enforcing the replacement of gas and oil boilers, should also be abandoned. This will not be easy, but it will be worth doing.
This will not be easy. It's easy not doing stuff. It's difficult actually doing stuff. Now, obviously, this has been written for her. She doesn't actually have a brain cell, I think. This was actually written for her by one of these right-wing think tanks from Tufton Street, I imagine. Anyway, let's go through the list. So the first one, of course, is reduce benefits. So let's punish the poor who are, of course, at the sharp end of the cost of living crisis. You know, who are suffering as a direct result also of my mini budget and the fallout from that. Let's punish them even more, reducing benefits, forcing people into work that they probably can't do. This extreme far-right policy, punishing the poor who are already struggling. Then raise the retirement age. This is so ironic because she can now retire when she loses her seat on a pension of about £115,000 a year. She's going to receive that for the rest of her life. And she wants others to work more. Isn't that amazing? Okay. Start fracking. Once again, we've covered this before. Anything that the UK government anything that the UK will produce will be sold on the international market. So fracking is not going to bring down energy prices. It just destroys the environment. You know, haven't the Tories done enough damage with their raw sewage? Abolish the windfall tax for energy companies. Once again, this is about protecting donors to the Conservative Party or donors to these right-wing think tanks. The windfall tax should be punishing these energy companies who are making massive profits at the expense of ordinary people. But it's about protecting them. Diverge properly from EU standards, so she wants businesses that are importing and exporting to suffer even more. Delay net zero commitments. Net zero is creating jobs in the renewable energy sector. You know, retrofitting houses, improving energy efficiency is creating jobs. So she wants to stop that. Of course, once again, this is related to the ideology of these right-wing think tanks and their donors. And finally, abandon replacing gas and oil boilers, you know, instead of going with other technologies. But once again, as I said, this is the ideology of these right-wing think tanks who are funded by the fossil fuel industry. What is she presenting? This is about going backwards, not going forwards. This is about punishing the poor and helping the rich, which was part and parcel of her entire long time in Parliament and as Prime Minister. She's not interested in helping Britain. She's interested in helping some people in Britain. It's pathetic. But unfortunately, this is the thinking of the far right and the extreme within the Conservative Party. So if enough of them back Liz Truss, she could be leader of the Conservatives once again. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.